Hi, I'm a Rossman student, class of 2017, and I'm here with Josh Hazan, a Rossman alum, class of 1993.
Thanks for having me.
So, tell me a little about yourself.
I'm a proud father of a baby boy and proud husband of a beautiful wife and a business owner here in St. Louis. Been a business owner for over 20 years.
How has your Rossman experience influenced who you are today?
My Rossman experience has influenced who I am today greatly. When I was here as a student, I used to get pulled out of class all the time to fix things around school, little technology, breakdowns and meltdowns that certain teachers would have. I would get to go into their classrooms or get to go to their presentations and sometimes rewire certain AV equipment, TVs on carts, things of that nature. Now, as of 2006, I partnered up with my brother, who's also a Rossman alum, and we run a number of organizations here in St. Louis, ranging from IT services over the whole Midwest area to technology pieces for the hospitality and restaurant business. We do somewhat of the same things. We help people with technology, help them implement it into their business, and help them use that to be more effective and efficient.
What are your businesses called?
The primary business is called CompuHelp, and that's here in St. Louis, but we service the entire Midwest. It's an IT outsourcing business, so we generally get to field calls from users who are having issues with their computer systems or large networks, things of that nature. There's another business called Infinity Restaurant Technologies, and we get to go into restaurants and the hospitality business and fix and install and set up and train on the point of sale systems inside of restaurants.
How did you become interested in technology?
I became interested in technology at a very, very young age. So about the age of 5 or 6, I got my first computer, and was always very interested in the way things worked, not just from a mechanical level, but just from a very core, basic level. And computers were emerging. They were sort of taking over. And my ties here, through various activities, I was able to develop software programs and some tutorial basis to actually make some money, which was great. My focuses were always the way businesses worked and the way computers and technology worked, and mixing the two of them just seemed like a natural fit.
Did Rossman spark any other interests you still have today?
In my tenure here at Rossman, I was able to create these little sort of Josh inventions, and my peers would always laugh at me a little bit, and good laughter about some of these little devices I came up with. But I can remember one was a call waiting box. I had invented more or less a line switching device that would switch between two phone lines in your home. This is before call waiting was really very popular, and you were able to use these boxes. The inventive side really roots from me always having an ability to, and desire rather, to help those that are unable to do things. So one of my long-term goals that I knew of here while I was at Rossman was to help maybe those with some disabilities or those with some challenges, and really on a much deeper level than being able to switch two phone lines.
What advice would you give to current Rossman students and young alumni who might take a similar career path?
So I would probably have to firstly say, don't ever give up. That's probably one of the most important things that I learned here. Your peers don't typically laugh at you when you do something that, maybe when you don't understand something the teacher's trying to explain. Although you're on different academic levels, you almost feel as though you're on the same team, which is unique. So embrace that and utilize that to the best of your ability. Secondly, I would say work hard. Work very, very hard for what you're going toward, moving toward. When it seems like it's impossible and the mountain's too big, continue to climb. Thirdly, I'd say be patient. Good things are not always going to come quickly. And then lastly, I would say be a leader and not a follower.
How do you think your life would be different if you hadn't attended Rossman?
So Rossman taught me that you didn't have to be like everyone else right out of the gate. Rossman taught me how to embrace being unique and how to find those characteristics within yourself that really promote you. And that's truly what's valuable in the world.
Which teacher left the greatest impression on you?
It's hard to say who my favorite was, but I do remember in 5th grade, Mrs. Stone had known that I was notoriously fixing things from other students and teachers in the school. And, I'll never forget, she gave me an old antique lamp, one of her family members' lamps, and some other appliances from her house to fix. And I remember staying up late, fixing this lamp, and rewiring the whole thing and making it even better than it was when it was ever first made, thinking that that might help my test score later on in that week. And surely it didn't help the test score, but the lamp worked perfectly fine.
What would you say to families who are considering Rossman for their child?
So I'm proud to be a Rossman alum. I'm proud to still be a part of my Rossman family and the Rossman community. I would hope that my kids would be able to say the same thing as they grow older. But it was a fantastic experience, and I certainly would recommend it to anybody.
Describe Rossman in 3 words.
So the first word I have to pick would be challenging. There's no doubt about it. The school was very challenging in the sense that you didn't get picked for being unique and then catered to. You really got challenged in your own way. And sometimes you would get challenged in a different way somebody else would be getting challenged. But that's definitely a vital part of growing up. Second word would be fun. We had a lot of fun when we were here. So whether it be playing outside, recess, or having fun in the lunchroom, or at an assembly, or whatever it may be, we had a lot of fun at the school. Lastly, I'd have to say that rewarding would be a great word to use. Certainly, if you think about your upbringing while you're here at school and the years that you spent, really the first 11, 12, 13 years of your life are very critical in terms of how the next 12 and 13 years go in your life. And I would definitely say that it was very rewarding.
Thanks for being here, Josh.
Thanks for having me.